So, is it important what your friends think? Well, duh. I don't like to go into truisms all that often, but one of the really big truisms as far as writing goes is that writing isn't just written, it's rewritten. The act of revision is probably more important than the act of drafting. Knowing how to find this stuff and how to fix the stuff is one of the best skills you can have, and that's why we do peer review sessions. The full procedures for doing the peer review sessions are explicitly spelled out in the major assignment sheet. But I wanted to go over it a little bit so I can walk you through the process and give you some visuals. First, why are we doing peer review sessions? The biggest thing that people get out of peer review sessions is when you look at someone else's paper, it's a lot easier to see what's going wrong than your own paper because you just simply don't have a connection to someone else's paper the same way you have a connection to your own. Yeah, hopefully you are able to give them helpful comments, and hopefully you're able to get helpful comments as well. But the best thing you can get out of this by taking it very seriously is the ability to tear apart your own work the way a stranger would. You can't fix stuff unless you think it's wrong. So, here's how you do a peer review session. You go to our Blackboard page and link in assignments and materials. Find whatever class's folder it is. In this particular section, it would be in here. And there is a link to job application material peer review where I spell out some of the deadlines. And below that is the document evaluation form. The first thing you would do is click on the blue link, and that will take you to wherever to that section of the discussion board. You would click on create a thread, give your subject line a nice thing with your name in it. Something silly like that is okay. Oops, misspelled dastardly. Give a nice message. Then you are going to want to attach the file. The way you do it is you click on Browse My Computer. I'm not going to actually attach that file. I will attach this picture, and we'll pretend that it's my actual draft. You would then click on Submit. Double check to make sure it's there. Yes, it's there. Now, when you go to claim someone's paper, all you need to do is go to wherever it is, click on the reply button, and say you claim it. Something along those lines. If two people have already claimed someone's paper, pick someone else's. This way, hopefully, everybody can get the same level of feedback. You click submit. Then you go and double check to make sure that it went up. Then you would download the person's essay and read and review it. I used to just have people freehand comments, but I found out that things work a lot better if they have a form to follow. So I have come up with the document evaluation form. The document evaluation form is a guide for how you are supposed to proceed when you review student papers. And this is going to be used for both peer review sessions and whenever we go over sample student work. Students asked to have a more guided sense of feedback, so I've been working with my students for the last 15 years to get this narrowed down as much as possible. The current version is a Word document and it has boxes you can fill in. Document evaluated by, click there and type your name in. Type the name of the document you're evaluating. Dr. DuBose's dastardly draft or something like that. Evaluation performed by, click there and put your name in. And then move point by point. When you read any student writing, please respond using the procedure line below. Prioritize higher order concerns in your reading. Look for the big picture stuff more than just pointing out the little nitpicky stuff. Write up your responses, and you can do that right in here. Answer all the questions in at least a paragraph each. Include reference to specific examples from the document for each point. Now, I tried to make this as generic as possible, and I know we're doing a lot of different documents in this class. Um, so everything might not be completely appropriate for a type of document, but most of this can apply to most kinds of documents. Does the document do what it's supposed to do? For the job application material, the ultimate criteria is once I read this, do I want to talk to the person and maybe hire them? And how may it provide better respond to the central task of the assignment? Don't just say, yeah, it's great, because almost everything has something that needs to be changed. Don't say, this sucks, because that's not helpful whatsoever. You need to include a reference to specific examples. Then you move down. For instance, document question 3: does the document support all claims with verifiable evidence? Well, in this case, we're not really looking for citations, but if they make a claim in the cover letter saying, I can do this, do they provide enough evidence to support it? Is the document designed clearly and efficiently? How does it look? How good is the presentation? And I have a number of standard boxes here, but you can also write specific stuff here. Then there's lower order concerns. Is the writing style appropriate? Does the language get in the way of the task? Is the writing mechanically clean? And do the same thing there. I want you to focus on the big picture stuff, but I also want you to then provide guidance for revision. You don't say, point out specific things that need to be changed. I don't do that because if I say you need to change this comma here and this comma here and this comma here, what I'm doing is basically editing the paper for the person. Point out that there are these issues, point to maybe one of them, and then move on. Final comments: write a few sentences addressing the overall strengths and weaknesses of the document. Provide one piece of directive feedback. Tell them what they need to do. You might need to look for better ways to incorporate transferable skills language. And then provide a piece of facilitative feedback. Ask them to more critically engage with their work in some way. In this case, you might want to stress your teamwork skills or something to that line. When you are finished and you have all these boxes filled out, save it as a Word document and then go up to Blackboard, click on reply to wherever you claim the paper. Write something in there. Click on browse my computer. Look for, we'll pretend that this is my response where you just upload your document evaluation form. Then you click on submit. Then you go and make sure it gets downloaded. Make sure that it's up here. Double check, because if these things aren't up here, it's your fault. But get these things up here. That way, when the peer review session's over, you can go find where you originally posted your draft, and you'll have all the neat reviews right after it. And you can use this feedback to better improve your work. Ideally, you got some good comments from your paper once we finish all this, and hopefully that helps you revise your own work and make it better. But even if you don't get good comments, you get more out of it by putting forth the effort to really dig into your fellow classmates' stuff. You're not doing it for them, you're doing it for you. It just happens that the more you dig in, not only will you get more, they'll also get more. It's a win-win. And that's pretty cool, huh? See you in the next video.